Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Facebook Live session. Again, if you don't know me, I'm Kim Feeney. I'm a licensed independent social worker and a registered play therapist supervisor in Davenport, Iowa. And I'm really excited to discuss an important topic with all of you, one that I teach all the parents that I work with. It's all about building bonds with Dan Siegel's connection before correction. And this is sometimes the key to parenting success. So if you're here live, go ahead and say hello in the chat. If you're watching the replay, let us know with #replay. Okay, so we're going to start by acknowledging parenting is both rewarding and challenging. So we want to make sure we acknowledge that. So we all want a loving and nurturing environment for our kids. And we're going to explore that today through the lens of Dan Siegel's connection before correction philosophy. However, before we dive in, I want to encourage all of you to interact and converse throughout the session here. Share your thoughts, ask questions, make this a collaborative experience. Go ahead, introduce yourself in the comments and let us know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. Okay, so let's get started. Connection before correction. Why is it so important? Dan Siegel, if you don't know his work, he's a clinical psychiatrist and an author. He wrote such books like The Yes Brain Child, The Whole Brain Child, Parenting from the Inside Out, things like that. He emphasizes the significance of establishing a strong emotional connection with your child before addressing behavior. It's a philosophy that recognizes when we connect on an emotional level, we open the door to effective communication and positive discipline. So to understand this better, let's explore the science behind it in simple terms. Our brains, they're wired to respond positively to connection and relationships. We are wired to connect. So when we connect with kiddos, we activate that part of the brain responsible for that emotional regulation. And it helps them, makes it easier for them to understand and follow the directions or the guidance being given. So practically, how can we implement this? So we can use active listening. Show genuine interest in your kids' thoughts and feelings, and put away distractions, giving them your full attention. Really connect with them. Empathic responses. I've talked about this before. Validate your child's emotions. Let them know you understand how they feel, because that builds trust and connection. It lets them know that they're seen and they're heard. Quality time. Spend some quality time together, doing activities your child enjoys. Nothing elaborate, just simple moment-to-moment things that matter. And then pay attention to your kiddo's body language and tone of voice, their nonverbals. A warmth and open demeanor fosters that connection, as well as paying attention to your body language, making sure it's warm and open. So let's look at some real life scenarios to help bring these concepts to life. Imagine for a second, your child has a meltdown because they didn't get the toy they wanted at the store. We've all seen this, some of us have been there. Instead of immediately correcting their behavior, you might say something like, I see you're really upset right now that you can't get the toy. And it's tough when we can't get what we want. So acknowledging their feelings first builds a bridge of connection, allowing for more effective communication to happen in the brain. So, what are your questions, situations you'd like advice on? Anything, drop them in the comments. Okay. So as we wrap up today's session, I encourage you to emphasize, I want to emphasize to you, connection before correction. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's not a magic parenting philosophy. It's just a guiding principle that can be adapted to your unique family's dynamic and parenting style. Connection before correction. Um, Building strong connections with your child is going to take time and patience, and the rewards can be immense, leading to that healthier communication, greater emotional resilience, and just a more harmonious family environment. So I encourage you all to explore this philosophy, learning and growing together with your kiddos. And don't forget to connect with other parents in our community for more support and shared experiences. I hope you found these tips helpful. Stay tuned for next week's discussion. And if you want some more parenting strategies and regulation strategies for your kiddos, check out our webinar, From Tantrums to Talking. During this Watch at Your Own Pace webinar, you'll discover 4 invaluable strategies that will enable you to create a positive emotional environment for your child. And remember, keep in mind always, you're doing a great job.